It's a metropolis of staggering proportions, one of the largest in pre-Columbian America, which at its peak surpassed the population of London. This city's urban planning was unparalleled, with monumental mounds as testaments to a civilization's grandeur. Across vast distances, its inhabitants engaged in trade, crafting connections that spanned the continent. Largely unknown to modern society, this city lay far from the famous empires of the Aztecs and Incas. Welcome to Cahokia, the crown jewel of the Mississippian culture. In this captivating journey, we unveil the mysteries of this forgotten marvel, its mystifying architecture, the unusual custom of its inhabitants, and how it unexplainably disappeared from the face of the earth. The magnificence of Cahokia, America's forgotten city. The Mississippian Civilization flourished in the fertile valleys of the Mississippi River during the period from approximately 800 to 1500 CE. Their society was deeply rooted in customs and respect for tradition, holding a strong belief in the cosmic order and finding significance in the movements of celestial bodies. The Mississippians were a diverse society, encompassing skilled artisans who adorned pottery with intricate designs and dedicated farmers who sustained the population. Their social structure followed a clear hierarchy, led by rulers and religious figures who provided guidance. Their trade network spanned the continent, interweaving various communities in a lively exchange. Within the Mississippian culture domain, thriving urban centers emerged, vibrant with bustling activity and purpose. Among these centers, Cahokia held a position of prominence, symbolizing the magnificence of the Mississippian civilization through its towering monumental mounds. Completely unknown to European settlers, Cahokia was discovered in the 1600s by French explorers. Located in southern Illinois, just 8 miles from present-day St. Louis, it was named after the Cahokia people who inhabited the area at the time. It was not until the 20th century that the site underwent more significant excavations, and when archaeologists started to realize the grandeur of this settlement that existed between 1050 and 1350 CE. The first thing that draws attention to this city is its remarkable urban planning. Unlike great European urban centers such as London and Paris, Cahokia was pre-planned. The city's layout was meticulously planned, incorporating astronomical alignments to determine the orientation of its center and the positions of key buildings. Such planning suggests that Cahokia was constructed as a pilgrimage city, drawing people from across the Mississippian's domain. At its peak, around 1100 CE, the city spread over 6 square miles, accommodating 10,000 to 20,000 inhabitants and featuring at least 120 earthen mounds with buildings. Each mound type, platform, conical, and ridgetop held its own meaning and function. The process of creating these mounds was an enormous effort, as it required the movement of 55 million cubic feet of earth, using nothing more than woven baskets. At the heart of Cahokia was the Grand Plaza, an immense area covering roughly 50 acres. Surrounding this high-status central district, a 2-mile-long palisade with protective bastions provided defense for the city. The key position within it was occupied by the largest structure in the city, the Monk's Mound. Indeed, Monk's Mound is by far the most prominent display of the city's architectural prowess. A 10-story platform mound covering nearly 14 acres, it is the largest man-made earthen mound north of Mexico. Its dimensions are staggering: 100 feet high, 951 feet long, and 836 feet wide. Constructed over several centuries through as many as 10 separate building episodes, the mound embodies the remarkable engineering skills of its creators. This monumental structure owes its name to a community of Trappist monks who lived near it following the Euro-American settlement. At the top of Monk's Mound, excavations have revealed evidence of a large building, possibly a temple or the main chief's residence, encompassing about 5,000 square feet. With dimensions reaching 105 feet in length, 48 feet in width, and potentially 50 feet in height, this building would have dominated the city skyline. Guys, if you're enjoying this video, please give the video a like. Apparently, it really helps the channel grow. Thanks. Let's get back into the video. To the west of the Monk's Mound lay structures far less impressive in dimensions, but equally fascinating. These are the series of 5 timber circles known as the Woodhenge due to their resemblance to similar construction in Great Britain. Woodhenge cities comprised red cedar posts, a sacred wood to the natives. Each successive circle featured 12 more posts than its predecessor, varying from 12 to 60 posts. These structures, interpreted by archaeologists as a prehistoric calendar, marked solstices, equinoxes, and significant festivals for the Cahokians. In the solstice and equinox, the interplay between the sun and the Monk's Mound from Woodhenge's perspective was particularly captivating. It appeared as if the mound, aligning perfectly with a specific post, gave birth to the sun. However, while the Monk's Mound and Woodhenge circles are fascinating, perhaps the most intriguing and somewhat unsettling structure in Cahokia is Mound 72. This mound reveals evidence of some rather daunting customs that were prevalent in Cahokia. Lying just south of Monk's Mound in Mound 72, a burial site where the remains of 272 individuals were unearthed, many of them likely sacrifices. Its archaeology uncovers grim narratives. 39 people, men and women alike, clubbed sequentially so their bodies fell into a burial pit, and 52 malnourished young women between 18 and 23 sacrificed together. The mound also held a couple possibly powerful figures in Cahokia, buried amidst 20,000 shell beads forming a garment. Near them, 12 other people were interred, including male-female couples and a child. Yet the starkest find was the remains of a man, possibly an influential Cahokian ruler, buried on a falcon-shaped bed of marine shell disc beads, a significant icon of the Mississippian culture. Other unsettling findings include 4 young males without hands and skulls, and 40 people who appear to have been violently killed, some buried alive. The burials, separated in time, painted a chilling picture of rituals and sacrifices that took place in Cahokia. Contrary to this image, much evidence suggests that Cahokia was a hub of vibrant activity, marked by exquisite craftsmanship and vast trade networks. Excavations have revealed a copper workshop where the ancient artisans practiced advanced metallurgical techniques, evident from annealed copper remains. The sheer variety of other items found, pottery, tools, tattoo kits, game equipment, shells, knives, and arrowheads, speaks volumes about the rich societal fabric of Cahokia. In addition, a treasure trove of marine shells, rocks, and minerals from across the nation, including the Smoky Mountains in Michigan, points to a complex and far-reaching trade network. Cahokia's pulsating heart seemingly connected the corners of the continent, its influence reaching the Gulf of Mexico and the Atlantic Ocean. The allure of the big city drew not only items from throughout the region, but also people. Archaeologists conducting strontium tests on teeth of buried remains have found 1/3 of the population was not from Cahokia, but somewhere else. All of these people contributed equally to Cahokia's prosperity, regardless of origin. Cahokian men hunted, grew, and stored corn and cleared trees for construction. Women tended to the fields and homes, made pottery, and wove mats and fabrics, often performing work and social activity in the small courtyards and gardens outside each grouping of homes. Cahokia supported a wide variety of art and cultural activities. Among them was a game called Chunky. Although the exact rules remain uncertain, it involved throwing large sticks at a rolling, chunky stone, aiming for proximity. The outcome often involved gambling. Imagined by scholars as a thrilling team sport, it was potentially played on the Grand Plaza beside Monk's Mound, with cheering crowds lending an electrifying atmosphere. Indeed, Cahokia's rise and peak during the 11th and 12th centuries were comparable to those of the greatest nations in the world. However, Cahokia entered decline, beginning around 1200. The entire process, culminating in complete abandonment by 1400, is shrouded in mystery. A cataclysmic flood around 1200 likely devastated crops and homes and could have undermined the confidence of the city's inhabitants. There are also suggestions there may have been a major drought in the region that would have made food production challenging, or that the Cahokians had exhausted the land's resources. Despite various theories, the exact cause remains contentious. Interestingly, the oral tradition of the Native Americans mentions nothing about this once largest city on the continent. Though Mississippian cultural traditions persisted in the southeast for centuries, the fate of the Cahokian population still stands unknown. The legacy of this remarkable city continues to captivate and intrigue, reminding us of the rich and diverse history that shaped the Americas.